Hey everyone, it's Liz from MediaDev. Today I'm going to be talking about content syndication leads and how you can generate top of the funnel leads through telemarketing. So I've talked a lot about telemarketing. I've got a lot of resources on our resource library about telemarketing outreach. I know a lot of people kind of cringe when they hear the word telemarketing because they get afraid about low-level people that just read a script and sound like robots on the phone. But today I'm going to explain how telemarketing can work in order to educate your prospects about your offer to get top of the funnel leads that you can then use to push down the sales funnel to get qualified business opportunities. So to start off, as a software vendor, obviously when you're in the B2B marketing space, there are a lot of different products that are out there. Decision makers are somewhat bombarded on a general basis by companies trying to push them in front of content. So it's important to be present on a number of different channels in order to get the attention of your buyer personas. So what that means is having a presence both on and offline, whether that be through content syndication in the traditional sense, having your content out there on many different websites available at the click of a button, whether that be through paid advertising or pushing people to optimize landing pages in order to download an ebook, a white paper, a webinar on demand, or what have you. And it can also be done offline through proactive outreach to your buyer personas by calling into the accounts, speaking with decision makers, and starting to push that education process, that nurture process through a phoning campaign. So in order to do that, first, I've talked about this before too, in terms of acquiring data, making sure your data is as up to date as possible. Outbound calling is actually a great way to ensure that the prospects you're engaging still have the jump functions that they've indicated to you, whether that be because you've done desk research on LinkedIn or because they've been part of your existing database for some time. So doing a kind of cleanse at the same time that you're looking to promote content can kill two birds with one stone when we're doing an outbound phoning campaign. So what we would do is call into an account, confirm that a decision maker is still working within that company, try to get that person on the phone. If that person is no longer working there, you want to find out who replaced that person, or get in touch with somebody within, let's say, the IT department or another functional decision maker within the account that you can speak to about a particular topic. You're going to then get that person on the phone, quickly give them the reason for your call. So in this particular instance, it could be that you're looking to send them a copy of a new ebook that you've just published on a particular topic that you think would be of interest to them. You want to confirm their email address. You're getting their explicit opt-in, which is then GDPR compliant. And then right away afterwards, you want to send them an email with a link so that they can access that piece of content. Of course, if you use emailing tools, you can track whether that person has opened and clicked. You can also make another callback if they haven't. You could individually email people if you had the bandwidth to be able to do that. And that way, even though you can't track that they've opened and clicked, you can be pretty sure that your delivery rate is going to be higher. It won't necessarily go to spam. A lot of emailing tools send out messages and show a delivery rate that's rather high, but they can't distinguish between delivering to an inbox and delivering to a spam box, and there is a big difference, obviously. And once you've gotten that person in front of some content, then you can continue the education and nurture process, again, both on and offline. So you could reach out to that person on LinkedIn, do some social selling. And again, I've talked a lot about that on various videos and articles that I've written on our research library. So you can check that out after you're done watching this video. And you can also then put them as part of your regular email outreach campaigns, whether that be to invite them to upcoming events, whether that be to send them a copy of your monthly newsletter, or whatever other types of email outreach that you do. And obviously that could also inspire another callback to try to dig a little bit deeper, try to determine some pain points or some challenges that that decision maker may be having around a particular area, for one that your solution may be able to help them with. So again, content syndication traditional form really is about people who are out there looking for a piece of content and they happen upon your content and download it, whereas some people are just not out there looking. That doesn't mean that they're not necessarily interested or that they don't have a need, but it's true that, I don't know, a lot of people don't have time. So while they may be interested in initiating some kind of acquisition project for a software similar to yours, they may not be, really at the point yet where they're ready to say, okay, we're gonna purchase something. So they may not yet be proactively looking, but if you get them really at the very early stage, get your foot in the door, they'll probably remember who you are when they do decide to go that next step. And sometimes people are quite happy to be informed about what's out there. They're not necessarily aware of some new products, that might be able to help them in the day-to-day. So usually if you do that type of proactive outreach, you will find that people are more susceptible than you would think to receiving information. So that's it for today on how to use telemarketing for content syndication and educating your prospects. For more information, you can check out our resource library at www.mediadev.com or shoot me an email at contact@mediadev.com. Stay tuned for another episode of Hashtags Tips from Liz, and I'd be happy to engage with you as well. Should you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.